What's up, YouTube? My name is Vinny Fraser, also known as Vincentius Music, here with my gorgeous fiance,
Becca,
and we are real. Blah. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for coming to our channel today. Real here, and today we're getting back into some of the navigator who crossed the ice walls. We are on chapter 3. We have crossed the walls. The ending of chapter 2 was a cliffhanger, man. So, yes. Not really, but it left us on the edge of our seats, so we're excited. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get it, man. We set sail at last from Charleston Harbor. Captain Butler was leading this adventure that we calculated between a few stops to arrive with enough provisions. We would be reaching the cold Antarctic waters in about 140 to 150 days at the most.
Hold on. Quick recap, right? So just in case you didn't, you should just go watch it anyway because we read the chapter. But in the last chapter...
Chapters?
No, just in the last chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. They were planning on going to the ice walls, and then it got canceled because they couldn't find, like, the main guy that was gonna... Fint was... No, not Fint.
Oh, Butler.
Butler disappeared. They couldn't find him, right? So then they found out that Fint double-crossed Butler. He's a custodian. All of these other things. Fint even has a piece of land within the custodians. Fint. So, super, super interesting. Go check out the last chapter so that you are caught up and you know what we're talking about.
Yep. And then Fint showed up with a bunch of provisions. Butler showed up with a bunch of provisions and said, "We gotta go now.
Let's go."
Yeah.
So they got everybody together, and now here we are.
Yep. As we left, we all had a mixture of excitement and panic from everything we had experienced in the previous days. We were also not quite sure why Butler had hidden himself in this way, because of the custodians. He's being smart. Mm-hmm. Had we become the enemies of a force we were going to be able to actually face? Butler also mentioned another race. What had we really gotten ourselves into? The days went by and everything was going very well. We had plenty of provisions and the companions were encouraging each other. Beyond some sporadic storms, the ship withstood the winds very well. When crossing the equator, we made some stops and stocked up again on the advice of the captain, who told us that the trip was going to be longer than we expected in the case of being able to cross the South Pole. We were also able to bring some cases of bottles of alcohol, although the heat of the tropic at that time did not let us think clearly. It was known that time of darkness and cold in the black waters of the South were approaching. That's scary.
Wait, the heat of the tropics? When they were going to the...
We were also able to bring some cases of bottles of alcohol, although the heat of the tropic at that time did not let us think clearly. It was known that times of darkness and cold in the black waters of the South were approaching.
Okay.
The second night of leaving the last port straight to Antarctica, I was on deck looking at the horizon and thinking about this adventure. The memories came all together to my mind. Everything I left behind, and if this turning against someone powerful was really worth it, I had an inner fire of curiosity to know about this passage, if it was really possible to cross it. I wondered what would be behind. While all this was going through my mind, Butler approached. Here we go with some dialogue. "Already cold, comrade? You can't imagine what awaits you then," he asked me. "So you've been there?" I asked again. "Where do you mean? In the southern waters?" "Yes, of course," Butler affirmed. "That story you were telling that night, was it about you?" "I was there, William. I saw that passage with my own eyes. That's why I'm wanted."
That's why he's wanted.
Butler is wanted.
Wait, Butler is wanted. But Butler brought Fint to him.
To William Morris's home.
To William Morris's home. But Butler is wanted. Mm-hmm. Because he saw the strait.
I think he told Fint his plans, and that's why he's wanted. Because he wants to bring more people, and the whole goal of these damn ice walls is to keep us enslaved and entrapped. So he's like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
And Butler's like, dude, because I'm a human being. All right. I mean, not Butler, William. Okay. All doubt left my mind. The captain then gave a clear version about his past voyage. The lights went on in me and illuminated all curiosity. I couldn't wait to fill him with questions, but he stopped me right there, almost as if reading my mind. Then he told me, "Don't worry, William. You will see it too. You will see what I saw with my eyes, and you won't believe it either. And I'm not just talking about the passage, but I won't talk about it until we can get there." He's talking about the other entities that he's going to see. Now, probably a bunch of architect too. The captain closed the conversation at the best moment. I had as many questions as the reader will have at this moment, and I assure you that they will be answered in due time. The intrigue ate me inside, and my face was the same tone as the reddish sun. Oh, same tone as the reddish sun that began to appear on the horizon.
Reddish.
Yeah, reddish, yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you. At 138 days, we were in the icy waters, and the sudden difference was...
You're on your own on this one. It's abysmal?
Well,
Abysmal?
even if I could pronounce it, I don't know what the hell it means.
The waters... The icy waters and the sudden difference was...
Extremely bad. The quality of her work was...
Abysmal.
Abysmal. Okay.
I like that word.
Me too.
At 138 days, we were in the icy waters, and the sudden difference was abysmal. The water was dark as the waves that swung us from one side to the other. The storm that had been chasing us for 8 days was getting worse. The captain was calm, and that gave us some security. But every time a wave crashed against our boat in our minds, we could not remember the warm home we were leaving behind. But I was confident in the mission. I knew somehow that it was going to give us its fruit. We crossed a huge mountain that we had as reference. Where warm and cold winds intermingled even under the snow. As strange as the waters we were sailing, it is very difficult to describe this place. It is simply unique. It has beauty. It has a beauty that enamors.
Where at? Enmers? Like it
has a beauty that enamors, even being aware that a second is enough to end your life against the huge masses of ice floating around. Dude, that's fucking terrifying. Dude.
He has to pick up his phone.
Yeah, my phone jumped. Okay.
Amors?
Enamors. Oh, that's not right. Enamors. Third person. Oh, to be filled with a feeling of love.
I don't know how to say it. Enamor.
It has a beauty that enamors, even being aware that a second is enough to end your life. Okay, so even though you're risking your life and you know this is very dangerous, it is beautiful. It is amazing. Cool. We were now sailing parallel to a giant wall of ice that loomed. We calculated that it would be between 80 and 90 meters high, and in some places there were peaks of even more height, but it was impossible to see it. The sleet could be seen up to a certain height. What we noticed and called our attention, except the captain who had already experienced it, is that reddish and yellow color that sometimes appeared on the horizon, as if
Ravenous?
as if a ravenous fire of some forest was raging behind. Man, that's cool.
So like it was like reflecting off of the ice walls, and so it was just intensified, right? Like think of like the brightest thing you've ever seen. That's what's in my head right now. It's just that the sun's coming down and it's hitting those eyes just perfectly, and it's just it's huge, right?
Near this giant mountain, blocks of ice fell like absorbent cotton on a mattress of snow foaming. Whew, hold on, that was dope. I like writing, so when they put words together like this in a sentence with no commas or anything, I enjoy reading it. Blocks of ice fell like absorbent cotton on a mattress of snow, forming a steep slope where the snow water melted and cascaded into the sea. An imposing image with this kind of reflection of fire behind. If this were portrayed in a painting, they would pay millions to have it. This view overwhelmed with a unique beauty and man, dude.
These words in this book.
It's cool.
Yeah, we're learning.
Sepulchral.
Sepulchral. Why did she say it like that?
Sepulchral.
She's all whispering. She's all sepulchral. Okay.
Sepulchral.
Sepulchral. Gloomy. Related to a tomb. Or internet.
Interment.
Oh, interment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A speech delivered in sepulchral tones. Cool. This view overwhelmed with a unique beauty and a sepulchral silence accompanying the lonely boat that the team decided to name The Secret. The name of the boat is The Secret. The weather was inhospitable. It did not give us any respite. The fight was daily against the waves and the wind, the danger of collision against the great masses of ice and the water that fell on us like an eternal cry from the sky. We decided then to approach again to the enormous mount. The strange heat emanating, emanating, yeah, good job.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to say the first time.
Sometimes it's like on the tip of your tongue and you just can't say it.
The strange heat emanating from the melting ice all around gave the strange appearance that it did not fit, that it should not be there. That's because it's a reflection of the sunlight from another land.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it even seemed to generate a different climate. We decided with the captain. Did they already go through? Hold on.
No, just keep reading it.
The strange heat emanating from the melting ice all around gave a strange appearance that it did not fit, that it should not be there. But it even seemed to generate a different climate. We decided with the captain to skirt it as much as possible and investigate thoroughly this strange portion in front of the giant ice barriers.
So the closer they got to the ice, it was like everything that was going on there made it hot. It was
Their climate was changing.
The climate was changing, yes.
Butler shouted my name and called me on deck. A passage opened up between the giant frozen walls. The happiness that enveloped us was unexplainable, but we knew that we would not be there for a long time. Man.
So that is them going through this ice wall, right? That's what he's describing.
A passage opened up. Yeah. So the closer they got, the climate started changing. They could see the sun closer. Because they're about to enter different lands.
Yeah.
Okay, man, this is amazing. Okay. Butler did not hesitate for a second, and we were all stunned. The ship was heading that way, and the captain seemed to know what he was doing and left the boat parallel to the promontory, which I'm assuming is the giant opening in the mountain.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
Promontory.
A point of high land that jets out into a large body of water. Yep.
Cool.
So, like this right here.
Promontory.
This land right here.
Yeah, so he was parallel to it.
To this, like right there.
The captain seemed to know what he was doing and left the boat parallel to the promontory. And then a kind of current took us inside without even thinking twice. We were dragged by an enormous force. Fear paralyzed us. We brushed the edges of that wall several times. All this panic lasted 3 or 4 minutes, but inside us it seemed to be eternal. Suddenly...
Wait, sorry, pause. So they're like coming closer to this.
I think they're coming like this way. I think they're coming like they come around this way or this way. Either way.
Either way.
And then this opens.
And then it like sucks them in.
Yeah,
almost.
he put the boat parallel to the wall and stopped, and it just took them.
And it just took them. Okay, all right. So I what the paragraph right before that, I thought they were already over here, but they're not. They're just as they got closer to this, the climate started to change. He went parallel with it, and it just.
Yep. Now they're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're super cool. And then a kind of current took us inside without even thinking twice. We were dragged by an enormous force. Oh yeah, I already read the part. Suddenly, and once we were sailing on this current that was dragging us, calm seemed to invade our surroundings. The storm ceased, and although the cold was still lashing, it was no longer overwhelming. We were in an inexplicable ecstasy. An inexplicable ecstasy. That's cool. This narrow passage was opening more and more and gave way to an open sea. My eyes did not lie, although I doubted them several times. The captain shouted, "We made it! We made it!" and we were all celebrated with surprise and amazement. We were in waters that only very few reached, or so we thought at the moment at least.
Ugh.
The dark waters began to clear. The ice walls were still visible, but we were being lost in the distance. The sun that contemplated our feet was falling on the horizon. It was time to boast.
Did you guys hear that? That the ice walls that they just crossed was lost in the distance. Not because, like, I just instantly thought of the globe, Earth, and everybody's all like, well, if you believe in a flat Earth, then what? You just fall off the edge, you know? And so that's what it made me think of.
Yep. I gathered the team by decision of the captain, who called us all with some seriousness. He was going to make an important announcement. He began by saying that what he was going to comment was not about him, nor about the team, nor about the known Earth we were leaving behind. It was about the whole of humanity and its past.
So to add on to what I was just saying, the Earth doesn't curve. That's why we don't see the boats leaving. You know, they don't go down. They just go farther away. That's all that's happening. Just like it just happened. Perspective. They started disappearing, not because they were going around the globe, but because they were going farther away from the ice.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
now,
the end of chapter 3.
They're going to learn all about humanity.
Yeah, it was about the whole of humanity and its past. And the next chapter is called The War Behind the Walls.
So they're right here, right? Yep. They went through Morris Strait.
Yep.
So the Ark and Eden, come on now.
These ancestral lands are where William Morris had his daughter.
Can you see that phone?
Shiki Islands?
Yeah, no, not Shiki Islands, but...
This is the Shiki Lands? This is the one you keep showing me pictures of.
Yeah, so like, Shiki Lands.
Beautiful, beautiful architecture they have, if it's real.
Okay, look up Shiki Lands. This is Antarctica. You're gonna have to... Maybe we'll tag it. No, just tag it. Tag it.
It will focus. Hold.
Boom. Right outside the wall of Antarctica. That is what is said to be there. That is...
Could be fake, though.
Yeah, it could be, but...
This is a fictional novel. Really.
Yeah, so that's what this is right here. Cool.
Shiki Lands, yeah. Anakin. Yeah, super awesome chapter. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, we're going to move on to the next chapter, and comment below some of your thoughts, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Real, we out here.